Over the past year, I've shown you a lot of Samsung phones, but today I'm going to show you my favorite accessories that will go with those phones. Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to Tech with Brett, where I help tech work for you, and today we're going to talk about a lot of the Samsung accessories that you can get. Now there are a few missing today, the Samsung Gear S3 and the Samsung DeX Pad, which has not come out yet. I just don't have the Gear S3, and I'll be reviewing the DeX Pad once it comes out in May. So let's get started, and I want to mention that all of these accessories will work with the Samsung Galaxy S9, S9 Plus, the S8, S8 Plus, and Note 8, and even some other Samsung phones and other non-Samsung, like other Android phones and iPhones. So we'll get to there in a little bit. So first, let's start off with the new fast wireless charger. So Samsung has been doing wireless charging for quite a while, and this is their third or fourth generation of fast wireless chargers. So first, this was the original wireless charger where it wasn't a fast wireless charger. It would get the job done, but at a very slow speed. So in the box of this new Qi wireless charger, Qi is the standard of wireless charging that this supports. So this will work on many other phones. If you have an iPhone 10 or an 8 or an 8 Plus, this will work with the iPhone as well. But inside the box, you get a fast wireless charger, not this one. It's just like the one that comes with your Samsung phone. You plug that in here. There is a fan built inside of here. So if it gets hot when it's transferring the power from the charger to the phone, it will actually cool it off. And then all you need to do is sit your phone on here and it will begin wireless charging. There you can see the screen popped on and it began charging. So one thing that's really nice about the wireless charger is it is a stand. So maybe you have this on your nightstand. You could put your phone up, and with the always on display, you'll be able to easily see the time. You can also set it down like this. So say you wanted to watch a movie, it would still be able to wireless charge this way. So now the standard for fast charging on the phone without the wireless charger is about a full charge in 90 minutes. Now with the fast wireless charger, even though it is said fast, charging with the cable is definitely the fastest way, but this isn't far behind when you are doing a full charge. And right now I can actually feel the air coming out of the back, cooling down the device. So the fast wireless charger is really handy to have. You don't have to fiddle around and find your cable every night to plug it in. All you need to do is set down the wireless charger. Now once it gets up to 100%, it will stop charging and then it does a little trickle charging, but there shouldn't really be any damage to your phone using a fast wireless charger. A good rule of thumb though is once it charges up to 100% is to take it off the charger. But I'm no expert in batteries. So let's move on. The next thing I want to talk about is the U Flex headphone. So I have been using a Samsung Level headphone for a while. And here, the worst thing about these is that when you would put it on, you would have to stretch it this way, and that would break them. So you can see that both these ends are broken, but I like where these sit on around the neck. So here they magnetize together. Then I want to answer a call or listen to music, whatever, they're easy to pull up. So now the new generation is the Samsung U Flex. So that's these right here. And the big thing about them is they are flexible. So here you can see that I can move them around in any way and they will flex. So no longer am I going to break these when putting them on. But now they have a new design and they hang a lot lower than the previous model. So they hang pretty low here. That's the only thing that I've had to get used to, but they still magnetize together. And then when you want to answer a call or listen to music, you can easily prop them up and put them in your ears. Now over here on the side, you do have a few controls. Right here, you have the play and pause button, so that's really easy to access. Here you have volume controls, and then here you have the power button where you can easily turn it on and off and pair it. And then over here, you have the charger. So I like that it's on the front, so you can actually plug in a cable. Sometimes I'm driving in the car a lot, it's about to die, I can easily plug in a charger. Now this is a micro USB charger, not USB-C. I like to see the USB-C in all the products now, but this one didn't get that. And then over here on the left side, you do have an action button. So this button allows you to quickly open Bixby or your Google Assistant and quickly talk and do voice commands through there. So in the Samsung Gear application, you easily pair these up, and then you can go in and adjust all the audio settings, the mixer to customize exactly how you want it to sound. But one other thing is these will actually vibrate and notify you when you are receiving a phone call or certain message applications. So if I wanted to turn on text message to notify me whenever I have these in my ear. I get a text message, it will say message, so that I know that that's the application that it came from. So I've really enjoyed these. The battery life has been pretty excellent. I use these throughout the day, answering phone calls and just listening to music or watching YouTube, whatever, and they've been really solid and they sound excellent. So these are really great. Just a standard Bluetooth headset paired with the Samsung phone, you get some extra features, but they should be compatible with other Android phones as well. So next, let's move on to the Gear Icon X 2018 edition. So here, the Icon X are wireless earbuds, and they're completely wireless. And this is all that it is. They do come in 3 different colors. You have the gray, a pink, and a black. But I've really enjoyed these. So these fit right into your ear. Let's put them in the right one. But I can just drop them right in. And then as soon as you put them in, that's when they turn on. There's no on and off button on them. But as soon as you take them out of the case, put them in, they turn on, or they turn on in pairing mode. Now let me show you a quick comparison of the original Icon X. So here we can see the little case there. Now these cases do recharge the device. The actual device itself doesn't look too different. The new ones are slightly bigger. And then one of the things that was removed on the original Icon X is there was a heart rate monitor, and that has been removed to help save on battery life. There's just this little dot right there that helps it know if it is in your ear or not in your ear. So the battery life improved greatly from the Gear Icon X to the 2018 edition. And then some of the other big things that have improved is just there's a little fitness tracking that you can do. You can quickly navigate through the menu with the touch controls and all of that. So if you're looking to pick up the original to save some money, I've heard there is an update that greatly improved the battery life, but I haven't tested that out. But certainly one of these are worth checking out. Now, one of the cool things about these Gear Icon X is they actually have internal storage of 4 gigabytes. So this has 2 ratings of battery. One is 5 hours per charge, and that would essentially let you stream music for 5 hours consistently from your phone. Now the other option is you could actually use these for 7 hours, and that's if you store music on the earbuds themselves. So there's 4 gig of music inside the earbuds available, so you could put up to 1,000 songs right within the earbud. And if you're listening to those without being paired to your phone through Bluetooth, you'll get about 7 hours of battery life. Now to put songs on here, it's pretty easy. You just go into the Samsung Gear application and you can transfer via Bluetooth from your phone, or you can actually get the USB-C transfer cable that comes with it, plug this into here or plug it into your phone, and then you can transfer files directly. Now, any file that you want to transfer onto here must be downloaded to your phone. So it must be an actual MP3 file. You can't take a Spotify playlist and put it on here. You actually need to have the files. So if you purchased it from Amazon Music, you can quickly download that file and move it over. Or if you have old songs that you have the MP3 copy of, you can easily put them on here. Real quick, let's talk about the case. So this case will recharge them 2 full times. So essentially, let's say you're gonna use them at the gym. You go to the gym, put them in, wear them, put them back in here, it will recharge it. And then even if you don't use the full battery, it just uses the little bit that it needs to charge it back up to full. And so you'd be able to use that for quite a while. I experienced like a full week of usage just because I wasn't using them a ton day to day. So I was able to get great battery life out of these. So with the Gear Icon X, on the side here, you do have a touch panel. So you can easily tap to play and pause music. You can long press to sift through a menu of options. So you can easily open your fitness tracking, or you can open Google Assistant or Bixby through this device, which is pretty cool. So on the side of the Icon X, there is a touch panel. So this is on both of them. So if you hold down, it will actually sift through a different menu of options that you can turn on fitness tracking, or you can activate your Google Assistant. And you can also just play and pause the music by tapping, as well as answer and end phone calls. And then there's another feature where you can actually mute them so people can't hear you right there on the device. Now, one of my favorite features of the Gear Icon X is called ambient noise. So one thing about internal earbuds where they go in your ear is it feels a little claustrophobic because you just hear your ears and you hear them inside, and if you're trying to run, I don't like how that sounds. So with the ambient noise, it actually turns on the microphone on the outside of the device so you can hear what's going on around you. So if you're trying to have a conversation with somebody, you are able to listen to them easily without having to take them out every time. So if you have both of the earbuds in, you can turn that on, and it has been a lifesaver in using these. I've really enjoyed that because it lets you hear outside, so it doesn't feel like they're closing you in your ear. So I've really enjoyed the Gear Icon X 2018 edition, so you can check those out. Now, if you have any further questions about any of the products I talk about today, let me know in the comments below and I can do a full in-depth tutorial and review on them. So there you go, that's the Gear Icon X. Next, we have the Samsung Gear 360. So this is the second generation of 360 cameras from Samsung. And this is a new device, and it has a new design where it's this little alien looking thing, and it has two cameras. So one camera on this side and one camera on that side. And so that takes two 180-degree pictures and is able to merge them together so you get a seamless picture. Let's turn it on here. So the Gear 360 does require an external SD card. So right here on the side, you have a slot that you can pop out, and you can fit a micro SD card in there up to 256 gigabytes. If you don't have the SD card, it's not gonna be able to record anything. I think you can take some pictures when it's paired to the phone, but you definitely need to pick up an SD card for this, and I'll leave some recommended ones in the description below. But this is a really handy device to have. So it's not quite like a GoPro. I mean, it's small and you could take it around and you can record lots of things, but it's not as durable like the GoPro. So I think you can get a little splash or water on it, but other than that, I wouldn't get it too wet at all. But you can easily record and take pictures right from the device. So there's a Gear app, a Gear 360 app that you can pair it to, and you can see exactly what's going on the phone. But with the camera, you can actually just press the button right here, and then it'll snap a photo. So here, let's snap one. So there, it took a photo. And then over here, you have a menu where you can actually adjust what you're going to do. So if you wanted to record a video, you can press the button here and you have time lapse, video looping, HDR landscape mode, and then the settings and the video options. So this can go up to 4K at 24 frames per second. I think it's around 2K for the 30 frames per second and 1080 at 60 frames per second. So this has been a really fun device to have. And then what you can do is you can take the SD card out, put it into your phone, and then put the VR on, and you can look and experience what you just lived. So it does the 360 video all the way around, and it's very helpful when you're using this to hold it still. So on the bottom here, you can attach it to a tripod. It comes with a little loop that makes it so it's able to be a little more stable wherever you sit it. But I've been able to take quite a few pictures with this, and I've really enjoyed what I get out of it. And then there's an app that you can download, and you can actually edit it and put little pictures on it. And then if you share it to Facebook or other media platforms like YouTube, it will actually recognize that. And so then you can put it on your phone and you can look around like those 360 videos that you've seen on Facebook or the pictures and all those places. So that's one of the fun things you can do with the Gear 360. And this retails for about $229. The Icon X, these are $199. And then the U-Flex, they are about $79 or $59 depending on the color right now from Samsung.com. And then the wireless charger is about $79. So moving on, let's talk about the different wearables here. So wearables are things that you wear. So this one is the Samsung Gear Fit 2 Pro. Now they came out with a Gear Fit 2, which had a little update in design, but the Gear Fit 2 Pro adds the ability to have water resistance or almost waterproofing up to 50 meters. So the Gear Fit is a very unique device where it doesn't have a speaker or anything in here. It Bluetooths right to your phone, and then you can receive all your notifications. You can do fitness tracking all right here on the watch. So it also has GPS built in. So if you're a runner and you want to go run around the block, it will keep track of your run, and so it will update your phone and you can see exactly how far that you have gone. And it is now paired with other third-party applications. So there's actually a Speedo application where you can go swimming and it will track your different laps. And I haven't quite tested that out, not much of a swimmer, but that's a really cool addition that has been added. Now these will pair with Samsung phones as well as iPhones. So there's a Samsung Fit application you can get on the iPhone that it will work with this. The only thing with the iPhone is you won't be able to respond to text messages. So for me right now, if I got a text, it would pop up on here. I could read it. I could then do a quick reply or like a emoji or whatever back to the person. Also, one of the cool things about the Gear Fit 2 Pro is it has internal storage like the Icon X. So there's 4 gig of internal storage that you can use. So let's say you don't want to take your phone running with you. You could store the music on here, and then as you are running, you just pair a Bluetooth headset. You could pair the Icon X or whatever headset that you like to use to this and listen to that music. Again, there was no speaker on here, so you do need another form of earbuds to listen to the music that is on here. So this is more like a Fitbit where you have your notifications, a simplified apps. So there's a few apps you can get and download on here. You can change the watch face, but this has been a pretty fun little device. And that runs for about $199. So next, let's talk about the Gear Sport. So the Gear Sport is the current smartwatch that I have been wearing. Now this is one of the newest watches from Samsung with the Gear Fit 2 Pro. Now the unique part about this watch is it also has the 50 meters of water resistance. So that's really handy if you're a big swimmer, if you're going in the water a lot, this will definitely withstand that. Now this is an update from the Gear S2, but one of the big things is this is now meeting the military grade standards. So it's much more durable. I've had no problems with scratching this screen at all. I run into the wall all the time. There may be some micro scratches in there, but I've really had no issues with this. It's really fun to change the watch faces on here. I recently did a video about how to add the GoldenEye watch face on here, which was pretty fun. But one of the things I really do like is you can quickly swap out these bands. So this is a standard watch band, and I can just pull this little release here and then pull the band off. So I could quickly add more bands to this or change it out to whatever watch band that I would like. I know previously they were 22 millimeters. I think this one might be 20, but I'll leave that in the description below of some of the watch bands you could get. So one of the unique parts about this is it has this rotating bezel. So this is not on any other watches other than Samsung, where you can quickly rotate the bezel and there you don't have to smudge up the screen. You can scroll through menus all right with that bezel. Over here you have the back button and the apps button. And then like the Gear Fit 2, this does not have a speaker as well, but it has that internal storage. So you can store 4 gig of music on here, up to 1,000 songs, pair to a Bluetooth headset or a Bluetooth speaker and listen to your music just with your watch. It also has the GPS built into here, and both of them do have a heart rate monitor on the bottom. So I failed to mention that, but they both have that heart rate tracking ability right there. And then they also do sleep tracking. So all you need to do is wear it while you're going to sleep, and it will track your sleep and tell you how restless you were, or what times you had the really good sleep. And then the battery life has also been great on both of them. So I'm experiencing about two days I could get out of it. If I was not getting so many notifications, I could probably get 3 pretty easy. But I typically charge it every night. They do come with these little chargers. So this is the Gear Fit 2 Pro one. And then with the Gear Sport, it's a wireless charger. So you just sit it on there and it will begin charging the device. So that comes with it. So there you go. That is the Samsung Gear Fit 2 Pro and the Gear Sport. Now last we have the Gear VR. So I recently did a video on my 5 top tips on the Gear VR. If you haven't ever seen Gear VR, check out that video. And this is something that it's really hard to tell you about. You need to experience it yourself. It's really fun. So there are lots of applications that you can get for the Gear VR. First thing I want to note that if you are looking to get one, make sure you get the one that is specific for the Note 8. So this is the one that worked with the Galaxy S8. But my phone, even my S9 was able to fit it. But I've heard that if you have an S9 Plus or definitely the Note 8, you need the Note 8 edition or your phone will just not fit properly. It could fall out and damage your phone. So be aware of that. But I think this package right here for $130, you can get the Gear VR and this little controller that you can easily navigate through the menu here and there. And then on the side, you have touch controls. So you can actually touch and navigate inside the VR if you don't have the controller. And then I show in that tips video, you can actually pair the Gear Sport with it or the Gear S2 as a controller, so you could use that as well. But the Gear VR really adds some really cool things that you can do with your phone, and it uses your phone screen. So all you have to do is you take this off, and I need to take off the case on my phone. And here I just place this in and it locks on. You need to adjust this depending on the phone you have. So if you have a Note or a S9 Plus, it would go in the A position. I need to shrink it down to B for my S9. And then when I place it in there, it is now in the VR mode. And so there are all kinds of games you can do. You can do Temple Run, you can get Netflix and watch Netflix on the big screen. You can play all kinds of new games that are coming out, like there's a Tomb Raider one, a Rampage little preview that you can do on the VR. So this is something that's really fun. Maybe you're not gonna be using it all the time, but it's very mobile. So you don't need to be tied to a computer to use this like other VR systems. You actually just need your phone, and it uses the power of your phone to charge the whole thing. There's no battery or anything in this. If your phone has battery, you can use this. So it will drain your battery on your phone. So make sure you get like a backup battery pack, which I have. So here's another accessory I forgot about. This is a fast charger that has 5,200 milliamps inside. So that will recharge your phone about 1.5 times. So that's something that you should also check out as well. But you could recharge your phone and then you can be back in the VR. You can also browse and view your photos that you took on your phone. So there's a Samsung VR or another Photos app where you can just load up your photos on the big screen and browse through them. So that makes it really fun. And then you can also download and buy movies from the Oculus Store. You can buy them in 3D. Because this is using two eyes and there's two different screens on your phone that you're looking at, it gives you that full 3D effect, which is really fun. And I'm really excited there's a new app, Plex VR is now on here, so you can download Plex if you use Plex and watch all of your movies on there. And so I think that's it. That is the Samsung accessories for 2018. Again, I said I'm going to review the Samsung DexPad coming out soon. If you guys have any further questions about any of these products, maybe I mumbled up my words and said the wrong thing, just let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. And if you would like to know more about an individual product, I can do a full review on that in the coming weeks. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If this was helpful for you, please click the like button. And if you know anyone else that could benefit from watching this video, please share this with them. And if this is your first time here, I'd love to have you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.